Well, joining me now is the chairman for the America First Policy Institute and my friend, Jack Brewer. Jack, thank you so much for joining the Pulse this evening. For the silver lining, I always love ending on something positive. And I hear that your daughter, Laisha, is starting a women's prison outreach. Why don't you tell us about that?
It's absolutely incredible. You know, David, we started off with focusing on just the fathers in prisons. We're in over 30 prisons now with our fatherhood initiative. And, you know, my daughter said, Dad, you know, let's go do something for the women. And, you know, just to be honest, I was a little hesitant because I knew the burden we'd be walking into, you know, just the thought of a young girl and a woman, you know, spending a long time in prison. It's just hard for me to even comprehend. And so she motivated me, man, and we went in, and I can't tell you how excited these women were. You know, we saw one group of girls. It was 47 youthful offenders, girls that had been arrested and put in prison as young as 16 years old. And to see those girls, man, and to see them light up when they saw Laisha as she, you know, walked in with her Miss America Strong crown, it was just truly amazing, man, and really brought it full circle. And God showed me the reason that he has us in there visiting the prisoners as if we were ourselves in prison.
You know, I just love the ripple effect that one person's yes to God does. Take you, for example, NFL superstar, you know, living the dream, and yet it wasn't until you gave your life to Jesus and said yes that you started your own prisons ministry. Now you have got a family that's devoted to Jesus. You've got a daughter that's leading a ministry into the prisons, and as Jesus said, you know, when you've done it unto the least of these, you've done it unto me. That is just so powerful. It's such a powerful testament to one person's yes. Do you ever sit back and just look at your life and think about the yes that you gave and just say, wow, God, you're so good? Like, did you imagine that you'd be seeing all this and something like this coming from your own daughter?
No, man, I tell you, when you look back where I came from, never imagined that I'd be walking into prisons and jails with my daughter. And literally, you can feel, you talk about ripple effects. I mean, these women put on their best makeup. You know, they had stories. They were waiting on us to get there. You know, they've been talking to their family members and preparing themselves. And, you know, just to think that you can, you know, as in the flesh, walk in the flesh, and God can use you to have that big of an impact on folks' lives, especially folks who are the most lost, man. And, you know, Christ told us he didn't come here to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom to many. And so that's really what keeps me going and keeps my family going. You know, it gets tiring, David. I mean, when you go in and you carry all these people's burdens, and, you know, people need you, and they expect things from you, and they want you to help them, and you try to help as many people as you can get tired and get worn down. But when you lean on Christ, man, and the Spirit of God, you get a rejuvenating power that only the Holy Spirit can bring you, man. And, you know, faith without works is dead. As long as you continue to do work for the Lord, he will continue to give you strength.
And I think that's the biggest battle that we're in right now as a country, is the spiritual battle, and people just waking up. So last about 20 seconds for you. Where can people find you or Laisha and support what you guys are doing in these prisons?
The JackBrewerFoundation.org. Laisha is our chief giving officer. She's the face of our organization, man, and anyone that wants to help us out, we encourage you to come and join us. We distribute over 2.5 million pounds of food every year. We go into prisons and jails and help women and men. And so if you ever want to find a ministry that you can pour into and be the hands and feet of Jesus Christ, join us at the Jack Brewer Foundation.
Love it. Love you, Jack. Great job for Laisha. And that's all the time we have. Thank you, Jack, for joining us. And thank you, friends, for tuning in.